Say you can make him, he does a sit.
Yeah.
All you have to do is start letting him know you want more of that behavior.
Okay.
So I don't want him to come out of the crate until I give him the okay to come out. Nope. Hey, sit. Good. He sits, the door opens up. He gets up, the door closes. Sit. Sit. Good. Good boy. Nope. Very good. So the first thing is you don't let him come rushing out, because that frame of mind he's coming out with is only going to carry over. So if you can get him to sit and be calm, good boy. And let him know this is what you want. Good boy. Very good.
Cat.
And, I see the cat there. What did you expect from him when he saw the cat? Did you expect him to go a little crazy?
He usually doesn't when he's in his crate. He just stares at her.
Okay.
But when he gets out and he sees her, he hovers over her.
Yeah, he likes to run right up to her and like stand there and stare at her. And then the more she tries to kind of like get away is when he'll start to get a little excited. And
Now, the best way you get to tell him no to something is you would have to have a leash on, so you can, at least get him to not go for it with the leash.
Right.
And, not with your hand. Hey.
Right.
Hey. Hey. So I'm thinking he's probably gonna resist a little bit when I start telling him, no, you can't do this, no, you can't do that, but he should understand real quick. Let's go. Good boy. Sit. The little jerks. I'm using that. No. That was hard. No. And he needs that to stop that.
Mm.
He's got that was hard.
Yeah.
Sit. No, sit. Good. Come on. Come on. And no one's ever said no to him. In a way that he understands.
Uh-huh.
Come. Come on. Good.
I think whoever was before us really also played pretty rough with him. Because
I'm sure.
when he plays, he doesn't know when to stop.
And here, as the clip says, I had to take a step back because, like I mentioned earlier in the clip, the timely correction I gave him, I knew that might have come into play later on, and I had to take a step back to remember that. So here I put a slip lead on him, and I give him, a couple of feels of what the difference is going to be like. I didn't want to force him around as usual, so I wanted him to see that, okay, there's a different feel, and I'm not going to horse you around, even to the point where at one point he wanted to walk away. I just let the leash go and let him go. So at that point, I wanted him to know that, you're not being forced to do anything, but if you come over here and give me a few minutes, I'm going to make sure that, you're going to get into this with me. So there he was, he walked away, and I just let him know, I reassured him that every time he goes up there, it's going to be a good thing. So here you start seeing the tail wag, almost immediately when I start, softening up on him. Here, he's starting to make me work, so I take my jacket off. But here it's just fast forward to let you see that, I didn't want to force him up here. I wanted him to get up there on his own. And that's a good boy. So here you can see the tail is starting to wag. He's starting to get into it. And you'll see later on that he really came around, as they all do. Very good. Very if you take little tiny steps, especially for him,
Mhm.
the confusion, that confused look he had before, that'll start to go away because he'll know what you want. Good boy. And that's just going up here for now, right? That's just going up there. Very good. Good boy. So the more you practice this, and
Yep.
the more you don't let him practice what he used to do,
Mhm.
the more you're gonna get this. We have a saying, what you pet is what you get.
Mhm.
So like out there, if he was all excited, and anytime you touch him, we want to call that a pet. So if it's good or bad,
Ah.
if you touch them, they like it.
Mhm.
They like it, right? Good boy. Yeah, good. You still like that nip. But you see how less and less frequent it is? Good. Taste? Very good.
Sometimes I feel like he's got ODD,
OCD.
OCD.
No, his main problem is lack of socialization when he was younger.
Okay.
And like I was saying, the more you were telling me, the more it made sense on what I was dealing with.
Mhm.
Very good. But good boy.
Good.
Very good. No. Good. Good boy. Very good. Break. Good boy. So I didn't want to push it. I got almost all the way around, and then I freed him up.
Mhm.
So I want him to know that if I'm up there, you might walk around, you might do whatever. He has to stay there.
Mhm.
And you do want to be in position to block him with spatial pressures. Good boy. Very good. Very good. So I'm rewarding him just for sitting. Very good. Break. Good boy. And I get to practice his release word.
Yeah.
Please. Good boy. Very good. Good boy. Very good. Very good.
Mhm.
Break. Very good. Now you're acting like you should have acted the first 20 minutes.
Seriously. Took a while.
Please. But, and that's what I was saying before. Once you get them to understand, hey, it's not bad, but if I do this, I get a good. Once you understand that, the tail will start wagging. They'll start doing it more and faster. Please. Good boy. Nobody ever told me if I sit here like this, it's a good boy, right? Great. Very good. So again, I'm practicing that break word. So what if I take him outside on a structured walk? Especially first thing in the morning, I bring him out there. I don't let him go on his own. Nope. Good. I bring him out there knowing he wants to go. If it's asking for a sit is too much at that point, I won't let him go until break. I say break and then, kind of let him know with the leash, hey,
Right.
go. Later on, one of the things that usually gets the dog to break the command is when good boy, when we drop the leash, then they look down, hey, you don't have me. And some of these dogs understand that, and, oh, let me get off now.
Right.
But that's why I drop the leash in front of me so I can pick it up.
Uh-huh.
No. Hopefully before he gets all the way off.
Right.
I mean, if I wasn't looking at you, I would have looked at his body and, could have stopped him first. I don't know if you ever watched Cesar Millan.
Oh yeah.
He talks about, they're looking for a leader. A leader has to know what to teach them.
Mhm.
I tell people it's like teaching a new language. For me and you to learn a new language, we got to practice over and over and over. For them, they're not verbal creatures. They pick things up like that. What I'm saying with my body is more than what I'm saying with my mouth to him.
Mhm.
What I'm saying with my mouth, he doesn't understand.
Right.
But my body, he understands.
Mhm.
Break. Good boy. Very good. Hey. Place. Good boy. Very good. Good boy. Very good. And you see how my hand is? So if he chooses to get off, I want to be able to just center him back like that. Good boy. Boy. It's good boy. Yeah. Place. you have to be mindful if at this stage of the game, if he's got 3 paws on,
Mm-hmm.
you want the 4th one on.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I don't think he knows that the 4th one has to be on yet. Hey, nope. Nope. Good. Very good. They can turn around, do whatever they want when they're on a place, they just can't get off. No, no, no. Good. Very good. Good boy. No, no, no. Good. No, 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 no. Good. Very good. No, no, no. Good. Right. And for the average person, what I'm doing now, when I leave, it's gonna look sloppy for you guys, but each time you do it, it's gonna
It
get
makes
better.
sense, yeah.
It's like, again, I'm teaching him something. There's a lot of what my body is saying to him that you guys don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well,
But-
I already see like that he is a trainable animal. Like we've been doing some things and haven't
Well,
been able to haven't really been able to see that.
Good boy. Good boy. So the next thing, all it would have to do start being done is getting him up there and telling him, no, you can't get off
Mhm.
until I tell you you can.
Right.
Good boy. Very good. So right now I'm petting what I want. He's just sitting there. Good boy. Good. Very good. Very good. And if you take little tiny steps, especially for him,
Mm-hmm.
the confusion, that confused look he had before, that'll start to go away because he'll know what you want. Good boy. And that's just going up here for now, right? That's what's going up there. Very good.